In today's lesson, we are going to learn something about difference of two squares. So by the end of this lesson, you should be able to come up with the identity of difference of two squares and use the identity to solve a given problem. So now, we are going to do difference of two squares. Difference of two squares. Difference of two squares. So now let's consider the expansion of the expression x plus y bracket x minus y. So we have to consider the expansion of this expression. So now let's expand this one. So to expand this two brackets, we have to use the terms in the first bracket to multiply all the terms in the second bracket. So let's take the s to multiply all the terms in the first bracket. So that x bracket x minus y. After that, we take the y to expand the same second bracket. We have plus y bracket x minus y. So meaning x plus y x minus y is equal to x times x is x squared. X times negative y is minus xy. We are done with the first bracket. Let's move on to the second bracket. Plus y times x is xy. So y by negative y is minus of y squared. So let's simplify our results. So when you look at this expression or this result, you can clearly see that sy, they are like terms. So let's consider their coefficients. The coefficient here is negative 1 and the coefficient here is positive 1. So on this note, this term can cancel this term. So our result is x squared minus y squared. So this result, x squared minus y squared, is called difference of two squares. X squared minus y squared is called difference of two squares, which is identically equivalent to x plus y, x minus y. So the x squared minus y squared is called the difference of two squares, and it is identically equivalent to x plus y in bracket times x minus y in bracket. So now this is the difference of two squares and its identity or its equivalent identity. So now let's use this identity to solve these problems. Suppose we have 4x squared minus 1 to factorize. So now we are going to use this identity to factorize 4x squared minus 1. So now, you see the x here is power 2. We have 4 and 1. So now, the 4 is a perfect number. So its perfect square is 2 power 2. So we can rewrite this expression as 2x all squared. Meaning we have 2 power 2, which is the 4, s power 2, which is s squared. And 1 is a perfect, so we got 1 squared. Its perfect square is 1 squared. So now, we can clearly see that we have 2s all power 2, 1 power 2. The sign here is the difference. We have power 2, so we have difference of 2 squares. So on this note, our 2x power 2 minus 1 power 2 is equal to the sum of the bases. We have x squared minus y squared is equal to x plus y times s minus y. Meaning we have to consider the sum of the bases times the difference of the bases. So we have the power, 2x and the 1 are the bases. So let's consider the sum of the bases. So the base here is 2x, this minus 2x, plus the another base is 1, that is the sum of the bases, times the difference. Where is the difference? That's the minus of the same basis. That's 2x minus 1. So on this note, when we are asked to factorize 4x squared minus 1, so it is simple means we have to find the perfect square for the 4, perfect square for the 1, and after everything we have 2x power 2 minus 1 power 2, and this is our results. So now let's look at this one. So this is example 1. So we have to factorize example 2. We have to factorize 9x squared minus of 49y squared. So when we look at this problem, we have 9, the coefficients, we have 9 and 49. Now let's check the 9 and 49. All of them are perfect numbers, meaning they have their perfect squares. So now let's rewrite this expression as 3x all squared, meaning the perfect square of 9 is 3 power 2 minus 49 is perfect is 7. So we have 7y all squared. So you see it has become difference of 2 squares. So which is equal to, which implies that 3x minus 7y all squared is equal to the sum of the bases as 3x plus 7y times the difference 3x minus 7y. So this is how to use the difference of 2 squares identity to solve a given problem. Now let's look at the example 3. The example number 3, the problem is we are to factorize 18x squared minus 8y squared. Now let's consider the coefficients of 18 and the 8. Which one is perfect? So when we look at these coefficients, we can clearly see that none of them is perfect. So now, since none of them is perfect, then let's look at their common factor. The common factor for 18 and 8. So the common factor for 18 and 8 is 2. So now let's factor 2 out. So when you factor 2 out, 2 goes to 18, 9 times, bring your x squared. The minus 2 goes into 8, 4, bring your y squared. So now, let's check the new coefficients in the brackets. That's the 9 and 4. You see, both of them are perfect numbers. Since they are perfect numbers, then we can move on to solve this problem. So this one can be rewrite as the 2 out. We have the perfect square for the 9 is 3 squared. So we have 3x all squared minus of the perfect square for 4 is 2 power 2. That's we have 2y power 2. Then it goes our square bracket like this. Don't forget that the 2 here is part of our final answer. So let's move on. So which is equal to, we have the difference of 2 squares in the square bracket. So our 2 is here times the sum of the bases. You see these 2 are the powers. So the bases are 3x and 2y. 3x and 2y are the bases. So on this note, the sum of the bases is 3x plus 2y times the difference 3x minus of 2y. So now we have solved this problem. So now let's move on to the next example, which is example number 4. So we have to factorize m minus of 1 squared minus m plus 1 squared. So you see that here the square, the power 2 here is affecting all of the terms in the bracket. The same thing applies to this bracket. So on this note, since the operation sign between these two brackets is minus, and the powers here are 2, 2, then this expression is difference of 2 squares. So we can use the identity to solve this problem. So now let's solve this problem. So which is equal to the sum of the bases. You see the m minus 1 in bracket is the base, m plus 1 in bracket is another base. So the sum of the bases becomes m minus 1 plus m plus 1 in one bracket times the difference of the bases, that's m minus 1 minus m plus 1. So that is the sum of the bases, difference of the bases. This is the difference of the two bases, the sum of the two bases. So on this note, let's simplify the terms in each bracket. So now let's expand this bracket. We have m minus 1. Here is 1. Let's use 1 to expand. We have plus m plus 1. Close the bracket. Let's simplify the second bracket. Let's use positive 1 to expand this bracket. We have m minus 1. So negative 1 by m is minus of m. Minus 1 of positive 1 is negative 1. Sorry. So let's simplify all the terms. We have m plus m, which is 2m, minus 1 plus 1 is 0, bracket m minus 1 minus m minus 1, see m minus m is 0, minus 1 minus 1 is minus 2. So on this note, this is our final answer. So we can rewrite this as 2 times minus 2 is minus 4m. So this is our results from this one. So now let's look at the last example. The last example is we have to solve the problem 5x minus 2 in bracket power 2 minus 3x minus 4 in bracket power 2. So that is the fifth problem. It's 5x minus 2 all squared minus 3x minus 4 all squared. So we have to solve this problem. So this problem is almost the same as this problem. So now let's solve this problem. I know we can use, since the values here are 2, 2, you can open up this bracket 2 times, open up this bracket 2 times, expand, simplify, you get the results. But we are using the difference of 2 squares to solve this problem. So now let's solve this problem. This is power 2. The sign here is difference, that's the minus. So this problem becomes difference of 2 squares. So now let's simplify this one. So we have the basis, that's the sum of the basis. The sum of the basis, that's 5x minus 2 plus 3x minus 4. That's the sum times the difference, 5x minus 2 minus 3x minus 4. Then do it like that. Now let's simplify We have 5x minus 2 plus 3x minus 4 bracket 5x minus 2 minus of 3x is minus 3x minus of minus 4 is positive 4. Now let's simplify the terms in each bracket. 5x plus 3x is 8x minus 2 minus 4 is minus of 6 in this bracket. Open another bracket. 5x minus 3x is 2x minus 2 plus 4 is positive 2. So now this is how to factorize this question, and anytime you get a problem like this, we have to use the idea of difference of two squares to solve that problem for easy and better understanding. Thank you very much.